Hello everyone and welcome to Stamping Flamingo. My name is Brenda Messina and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today we are going to make this beautiful card. Here we go. I hope you can see it okay. This card is from the Positive Thoughts stamp set. I love it. I'm a real flowery person and I love feathers. So anyway, let's get started. It's real simple. It just is a little bit of cutting. You'll have to punch out a few things, but if you're only making one, it's fine. Okay, so let's get started. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take the Magic Magenta, the new color paper, Magenta Madness, I'm sorry, I'm not used to the names. And you're going to cut that 4 1/4 by 11, and you're going to score it at 5 1/2. So it's going to be a card that opens like this, which is a little bit different. I actually like it. You're going to use the large die from the new Ornate layers. And let me just show you, I've made these things up. This is what you get in this die set. It is amazing. It's 8 dies, okay? And it is simply gorgeous. You can layer them like this. I just used the largest one here. All this information, the sizes and so forth, will be at the end of the video, okay? So it's just beautiful. I just bought the dies. I didn't buy the whole, the bundle. I may go back and do that. But anyway, it is really pretty. So you're just going to glue that down or use your tape, however you want to do it. And then you're going to start building the flowers. Put that aside. And here is the other bundle we're going to use, which is, or not a bundle, but the stamps, is this Positive Thoughts. And here, I've been doing this. I'm so excited. I've been trying to be very organized. So here's what's in that bundle. So you can see it has a great little border, a cute little butterfly, the feather I love. And then there's this really, I don't know if you can see it, but it is like a little bit outlined piece of paper. So there you go. And so anyway, I've taken this, and this is the one we're going to build on, because remember, it's just real simple. I'm going to pop that. It's really simple. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to put that. I'm going to put that over here, because guess what? I have the instructions in the back. All right, so I've went ahead and already cut. Okay, because I didn't really want to be hung up on that. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Mint Magenta. Oh, no. The first thing I'm going to do is take my Magenta Madness. I'm going to put my sentiment on it. That way you can decide where you're going to put your flowers. Okay? So I'm just going to put that. Hey, look at this. Up in the right-hand corner. And I always use my grid paper. If you don't have grid paper, it is worth the small price that it is. Because I line things up, as well as making sure that my stamps are lined up. Looks a little off. There we go. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but down here, I kind of test to see if my stamps are straight, and I use the grid paper. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to close this because you know what happens when you don't. You get a mess. Now I'm going to use my Mint Macaroon, and I'm just going to use the fern that's in there. And this, I'm telling you, I think this is going to be a great set that you'll be able to use for Thanksgiving. I think, because you can make that big flower, you know, orange, yellow, autumny color. Just make sure you got enough. This is a distinctive, so make sure you have enough ink. So all I did was I just went around and I just pop this a little bit, just so that you have some background. Not a big deal. You can put it anywhere you want. It's just a little bit for background. I think I might want a little something down here. And you're just going to stamp off your paper. Okay? and maybe something here. So I just used it 3 times. Okay, we can put that away. Let's close this bad boy up because you know what happens when we don't. We make a mess. Okay, so first, these are the pieces that I cut out with the die set. And actually I have too many of these. I have, yeah, okay. So this one is just jade. I have 2 of those. Mint Macaroon, this one, and Pear Piazze, okay? So what I did was, and I'm going to pop a lot of these. My first one is the Mint Macaroon. And remember, you can go off your paper with this because you're going to be putting it on your larger sheet. All right. So actually I can put these extras. Somehow I got extras. So I'm just going to put that over here so I don't get confused. And this one I'm just going to put flat. So I'm going to tape this one down. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel. I'm new, so I've been a demonstrator for about a year. I think I'm going to put that like right about there, right like that. I like it. It's a little bit off. And then what I did was I put these 2 like on either side. And then I was going to put this one in the middle. Okay, so I think actually I like that one like that. All right. This one goes down flat. Let me see. Yeah, up. Okay. Just remember you can always trim the bottom. So I just love this set. I just love what it says. Prayers, hugs, love. I mean, we could all use a little bit more of that, right? Oh, and that one came off too. Okay, now I'm going to pop these other 2. Let me just see where I'm going to put stuff because we have to put our flower down here and then our feather. So I'm feeling, let me see. Okay, I think I got it. So yeah, it's always fun. Now that we have this down and we just peel these off. Oh, somebody showed me a trick. Pinch it, and it's easier to get off. So you just take your thumbnail and kind of do that, and it kind of pops the plastic or the covering. See? Isn't that cool? I tell you, we learn so much from each other. I would love to have you join my team. I'm going to put this like right up there. Okay. All right, so now we're done. We're done that part. Now we have the flower, which you're going to have to decide where you're going to put that because you're only going to put a pop. You're going to glue the area that's already popped, and there's going to be a glue dot down there, or a pop dimensional. So let's see. Looks good to me. So I'm going to say, I'm going to turn the flower this way. And before I do, I'm going to trim this off. I'm just going to make sure it's nice and clean there. And I decided, I don't know if you can tell, but this is like the broader part to me. I'm going to put that here and the feather there. So I'm going to say we're going to need a little glue dot here, or a little dimensional here. Let's see if we need it anywhere else. No. And then I'm going to use glue for the rest of it. Boy, it's been so humid here in Baltimore that I'm worried that the glues and stuff are not going to stick. So here we go. Take that off once again. And that bad boy is there, so you want to make sure you put it there. There we go. You know, you could almost put one there, so I'm going to try to stick one down there. See right here, little glue dot. Dimensional. I don't know why I'm calling it glue dots. So this was a card that we made in class, and I had class yesterday. So all right, now the feather. So I tried to use as many of the new colors that I could. So you have the Magenta Madness, and the feather. The feather is Cinnamon Cider. Magenta Madness. This is the Just Jade and Cinnamon Cider. So we got a couple of those colors in. All right, so once I'm going to just, I'm not going to pop, did I pop this? Let's see. I did, but I'm not sure I'm going to. See if I pop it. All right, let's pop it. Let's use a dimensional and just pop this bad boy. And I'm going to, there we go. I popped it on that one, so let's see what happens when I pop it on this one. I did curl it a bit. What I do when I, there we go. That does look nice. So what I do typically is when I'm using something that's so detailed as this feather. Oh, look, we got a little thing. Oh, that's got a dimensional on it. Let's see if you can see it right here. A lot of detail. I usually mist the paper a little bit before I cut the die because it softens the paper, the fiber, and you get a little bit nicer detail on it. Okay, so now we're ready. The only other thing we're going to add is a little sparkle. So we can place it down here. And I did pop this also. So let's go ahead and pop this with some dimensionals. Don't you look? I think these are the best dimensionals. Stampin' Up! Has the best dimensionals. I love them. But they're easy to use and they stick real nice. I'm just going to stick. All right, so I use a lot of these. And again, this method of like just taking your nail, see how much, it just pops up that plastic cover. And it's so much easier. I forget who I saw do this. But whoever I did see, thank you so much. Every day, watching other people make cards, you learn something new every day. Also, when I have card class, we had our first card class, and we only had 4 people. I have a large picnic table. I guess that's what it's called. Table, and so we were able to sit pretty far apart. There was only 4 of us, and we wore masks, and we were very aware. So it worked out nice. It was wonderful seeing everyone. I miss everyone so much. Okay, so that's the front of the card. What did I tell you? Easy peasy, right? Now we're going to do the inside. Let's see. Now, remember I said that the ornate layers are fabulous. Look at this. I used this to cut out. And look at it in here against that Magenta Madness. Isn't that the sweetest? I think it is. We forgot to put on our little butterfly. Yes. And here he is. I'm going to make him fly. Okay. And typically what I do is I just cut a little square off of this used stuff already. I mean, a little piece that would fit this guy. He's not that big, Brenda. Oopsie. So I've been a demonstrator for a year. Prior to that, for some time, I was just, I did have demonstrator status, and I just bought what I wanted for myself. So that's always an option if you decide to join my team. And I was able to get a lot of supplies, a lot of good stuff. So, oh, let's see where we're going to put this little guy. I mean, we can do him anywhere, and here he is. Or is it a she? So I do raise monarch butterflies, and it is the beginning of July, so I should be able to see some eggs soon. So I typically collect my eggs and hatch the caterpillars from the eggs, and I should post one of my butterflies emerging. I will. Because it is amazing. If you've never seen it, it truly is amazing. So, okay, so now we're going to open our card. Before we put this down, let's put our sentiments. Again, I'm going to use the Magenta Madness. I love this color. So what I love about this card is this card reminds me of when I was a little girl, and my aunts would send me cards for my birthday, and they were kind of like this. They were kind of like lacy and pink, and I just think it's a great card. So the sentiment I'm going to use is, again, from this set here. Oopsie, let me see. It's going to be friends like you mean more every year. And then I'm going to use a happy birthday. And I got that one from Forever Tulips or Timeless Tulips. So you can use whatever you have. Very often, especially with new, I'll just stamp it over here, make sure I got everything covered. Perfect. Great. So I'm going to just put this right at the top. Let's hope it's straight. I used to be so nervous about that. I think it looks good. And then I'm going to do the happy birthday underneath. About midway. See, when you use your grid paper, you get a good idea of like where things, you know, one, the paper's straight. There you go. And it is what it is. Oh, looks pretty good. Let's close this up because you know what happens. Happens to me every time. Nice, nice, and nice. Hey, look at that. Isn't that the most, I mean, really, that is pretty. Pretty, and I love it. Now, if you haven't watched my videos in the past, you know that I love a little glitter because, oopsie, I am a Baltimore Hun, and we like that kind of stuff. So what I have in this bottle here is, and I typically use it in a smaller spritzer like this, but I've been using so much of it that I put it in here. It is the Frost White, but you can use whatever you want, the gold, all-purpose ink. And I use, in this one, I use about 3 or 4 drops in the spritzer, 3 or 4, and I fill it up with alcohol. This one, I haven't really gotten the formula down because sometimes it doesn't look that sparkly. So let's try it. So it has alcohol in it. So you can use the alcohol with your stamps, okay? It won't run them. And it adds so much to a card. You know, it just makes it special, I think. So I just spritz it. It dries really quickly, very quickly. And we'll give it a minute and see. Yep, I can see the sparkle. Let's see if you can see it. Can you see that little bit of sparkle there? And you can see that it didn't run. Can you see it? Isn't that cool? And you can spritz the inside too. That's the little corner I missed there. If you want it, you could color in the butterfly. You can make it a more realistic butterfly, like a monarch. Anyway, there we go. So that's the card that we made. This is the one that I made in class. You can see they're very similar. It's very easy to duplicate this card. This one, I don't know if you see this is a little lighter. That was a stamp off of the Magenta Madness. So if you like what you see, or you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my YouTube. And just remember, be a flamingo in a world full of pigeons. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy. And take care. Oh, and don't forget, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Really, it really is. See, I did forget one thing. I forgot the envelope because I think it's really cute. So here's the envelope. I accidentally stamped that bad boy up there. But you know what? The stamp will go there, so that's okay. The butterfly's down here. And look at this. Isn't this adorable? This comes in the positive thought, precious. I think it's so cute. So this is the complete card with the envelope ready to go. And this will be delivered today to a friend. All right, thank you. I just wanted to make sure that you saw. I love decorating my envelopes. I just think it makes it so special when somebody gets it in the mail. I recently had an experience where I found $40 at the beach, and it was right in front of a store. So I took the money in and I said, well, here's the $40. Perhaps somebody will come by and claim it. If not, she said, I'll send it to you. Well, the name of the store is called Fairy Godmothers and Fairy Godmother. And so sure enough, about a week later, this envelope comes from Fairy Godmother. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have a fairy godmother. It really took me back. And that is also what kind of inspired this card. I just want you to know, I just felt so childlike this when the day that I created this card. It was like I was just like, I have a fairy godmother. And this is a card that definitely would have been something, minus the feather, I would say, minus the feather, that one of my aunts, my Aunt Anna or my Aunt Ruthie, would send me. So take care. Enjoy.